Guys, okay, so I'm going to try to do this kind of quickly, and I'm sorry if I sound bad. My throat feels kind of weird, so I feel like I might be losing my voice. But this is going to be my top books that I'm looking forward to reading in 2015. And again, I'm going to try to do this kind of quickly. But I'm kind of cheating a little because I have certain books that represent whole series of books, and it's just the one. And also, I'm not including books that I've started in 2014 and am finishing in 2015, and I'm also not including rereads. But yeah. And this is just going to be my top books. It's not going to be top 15 because I have a few more than 15, but yeah, anyway, let's get started. Okay, so the first one is Pillars of the Earth by Ken Follett. I love this miniseries so much, and I've owned this book for about 2 years now, so I figure it's time that I go ahead and read it. And next we have Outlander by Diana Gabaldon. This is one that I have already started rereading, but this just is representing the entire series. I have read books, I've gotten about halfway through book 4, but I want to reread the first 3 and the first half of 4, and then continue on with the rest of the series. And Little Dorrit by Dickens. This is another case where I love the miniseries and I really want to read the book. And none of these are in any particular order, like it's not least favorite to most favorite or anything like that. City of Lost Souls by Cassandra Clare. This kind of represents all the Cassandra Clare books that I own that I haven't read yet. I have this, City of Heavenly Fire, and Clockwork Princess, and I just really need to go ahead and finish these series. And sadly, it's not really that I'm excited to read the endings of these series, it's that I've had them open for so long that I'm like, you need to just go ahead and finish these. And Winter's Tale by Mark Helprin. I saw this movie in January and I really liked it, or at least liked the first hour of it. I don't know, the movie kind of seemed like the first hour and the second hour were two completely different stories, and I don't think they bridged very well, but I really love the first hour of that story so much that it's like the first hour is worth the rest of the movie. And I've heard that the book is infinitely better because a lot of people really didn't like the movie. I think I'm in the minority on that one, but I'm very excited to read the book because people say that it is great and that Mark Helprin's writing is phenomenal. So I'm excited to finally get to that. And then we have Iron Legends by Julie Kagawa, which is representing my entire Iron Fae series, or at least the rest of it, because I read Iron King and Iron Daughter back in 2012, so about time I finished this. And then we have North and South by Elizabeth Gaskell. I love this miniseries. It is my favorite miniseries ever. And I just really need to finally read this because it is one of my favorite stories, and to be honest, based on what I know of the miniseries, and I hope the book is the same way, but I'm not sure, but what I know of the miniseries, it seems like this is the better version of Pride and Prejudice. No offense to Austen lovers, because I'm an Austen lover myself. I love her writing. Pride and Prejudice isn't my favorite one of her books, which I think, again, I'm in the minority. Everyone loves that book, and I do love it, but it's just not one of my favorites. But I'm very excited to read this because I just really connect with the story and the characters incredibly well for the miniseries, so I'm hoping I also do with the book. Next we have Color of Magic by Terry Pratchett. This is representing every Discworld book that I have that I really want to read, because I have about 10 or 11 of these now, and I really want to read several of them next year. Maybe not all of them, but a few. And then we have Weed That Strings the Hangman's Bag. This is the second book in the Flavia de Luce series. oh, it's by Alan Bradley, and I really want to finish this series next year as well. And then we have Storm of Swords by George R. R. Martin. This represents the entire Song of Ice and Fire series to date, because I really want to catch up on these before Season 5 of Game of Thrones comes out in, I think, April. So, yeah. Looking really forward to that one. And then we have Crown of Midnight by Sarah J. Maas. This represents the whole Throne of Glass series. I don't know what the series is actually called, but I have, I've read Throne of Glass, which is actually, a friend is sort of holding it hostage right now, and I'm like, I really want my book back, and it just hasn't happened yet, but I really want to get that back so I can reread it before I go on to Crown of Midnight and Heir of Fire, which I think I'm going to get out from the library. And I also want to read Assassin's Blade before I reread Throne of Glass and read them in chronological order. So yeah, really excited about those. And then we have Isla and the Happily Ever After by Stephanie Perkins, which is the third and final book in her companion series of Anna and the French Kiss, Lola and the Boy Next Door, and Isla and the Happily Ever After. I'm really excited to read this as well, because I just think it's going to be cute and lovely, and I think I'm going to save this for next summer, because I meant to read it this past summer, and I just didn't get around to it. But this is really kind of a summer read. And then a few library books that I do not have with me, because I have them on hold, are All the Light We Cannot See by Anthony Doerr. I'm, I think, 18th in line for that, so I'm really excited for that one. And The Shadow Cabinet by Maureen Johnson, which is the third book in the Shades of London series. That comes out in February, and I'm first in line for that, so I'm really excited about that one. And also The Luminaries by Eleanor Catton. I've just wanted to read that for a while. And a set that's not a library book, but one that I really want to read is I really want to read the Lord of the Rings trilogy, which my friend Ben has gotten me, but I can't actually get my hands on those until I see him. So I really want to read those next year, because I read The Hobbit and I really loved it, and afterwards all I wanted to do was pick up Fellowship of the Ring and just start that series. So yeah, I think those are all the books that I really want to read. It's kind of a lot, especially a lot of series, but I figure that's okay, because I'll just get through as much as I can. And I'm really excited about everything that I'm reading in 2015, or everything that I'm going to try to read. What are you guys going to attempt to read this year? What do you think of any of these titles? Let me know down in the comments, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.